All right, so it's about 8:33. So to be respectful of Yvonne's time, we're going to go ahead and start. Tonight, our call is with Yvonne Cannon. I got to meet Yvonne actually at the rental car place in Hawaii when we were waiting for our rental car, and then got to spend a little bit more time with her once we were on the resort. We found out that we live about, what do we say, like maybe 50 steps from my house. No, it's a little bit farther than that. It's probably about a mile apart. Have lived in the same town for a long time and didn't know it. But I'm looking forward to doing lots of lunch dates with her because she has got some great information. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Yvonne. Yvonne is an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus. So Yvonne, take it away.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Cassie, so much for having me on your team call. I know it's definitely a huge honor when I'm able to be a guest speaker on someone's team call, just because every leader is different, and whenever you bring someone in, you're opening up for everyone, and it's just an honor, I think. And I love you and your sisters. You know how I feel about you guys, so they've been great inspirations to me as well. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself. Yes, I met Cassie in Hawaii, and I had no idea who her sisters were. Well, I did know of them. I had no idea about Cassie, so it was great to get to know you definitely in Hawaii. So my story, I'm going to go kind of fast a little bit on my story, and then I'll kind of share some tips on what Cassie has asked me to share. So I'm going to start a little bit first. And in 2013, my health was going bad, you guys. I was constantly sick and tired. I was in and out in the hospital. There were so many issues going on with me, and my doctors couldn't find out to the root of the problem. I'm pretty much an open book on Facebook. Obviously, I know how to keep certain stuff private on my Facebook, but I'm pretty much an open book. I am what you call a blue personality. I like to have fun. I love to be around people, love friends. So I'm an open book on Facebook. I've always shared everything about my life on Facebook. Well, in 2013, obviously I was sharing all these health struggles I was going through. And that's pretty much why I felt like I kind of went successful in the beginning of my business. So in January 2014, that was a New Year's resolution that me and my husband decided, you know what? We are finally going to do something about our health. We're going to get healthier. I was living in San Diego as a military spouse because my husband was in the U.S. Marines. And I had put on so much weight because I was going through a lot of hormone imbalances issues, and my body was put through the ringer. So I had gained about 40 pounds, and I was exhausted, and I needed a change. So I was trying to eat healthier, which I thought I was eating healthier. Turns out I really wasn't. I was trying to exercise more, and I was working my butt off for about a good 2 months, and I was still feeling sick all the time. I was still having my hormone imbalance issue. I actually had the worst case of endometriosis for some of the ladies that are on the call. It was really, really bad what I was going through, and I wasn't feeling any better. And even though I was a military spouse, I don't know if you guys know, but the military did not get paid a lot. We're basically living paycheck to paycheck, or as I like to say, we were living from overdraft to overdraft because we could barely make ends meet. And I was working as a supervisor at a retail job, so my hours were wonky. It was so hard for me to call in because anytime that I missed a day at work, it really affected our budget. So in about March of 2014, I got really sick again. They finally figured out what the causes of my health issues was. So I was recovering from surgery. As I was recovering from surgery, obviously because I'm all on this medication, I got really, really sick with kidney stones and like a flu thing going on. So I was just not getting better. I was only supposed to be taken off of work for 3 weeks, and I actually ended up taking off for like 6 weeks. It was awful. I saw one of my old managers that I used to work with on Facebook. She had kind of disappeared for a while on Facebook. When I saw her posting about Plexus, I had kind of sort of heard about Plexus. I kind of knew of 2 people selling it. They kind of approached me about it, and it's so funny on how they approached me because when they messaged me, I don't know if you guys have seen this graphic before. It was a simple graphic that said, it had California state circled, which I lived in California. It says ambassador needed. And that's all they had sent me. And they never followed up. They never told me about the pink drink, but I knew that they were selling it, and I never was curious about it. So when I saw my own manager posting about it in March of 2014, I asked her for a 3-day sample. And that is how I began my journey. My 3-day sample came in, you guys, and my husband actually sold my 3-day sample. Once a year in the military, they get weighed in for measurements and for weight. And he needed to lose about 5 more pounds and 3 more inches so that he wouldn't go into that fat camp of the Marines. He didn't want to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning and go work out with them over 3 pounds and a few inches. So he stole my 3-day sample, you guys. And of course, he's a guy. He's working out like crazy at the gym. He's eating crazy healthy for this whole 4 days. And he got the results that he wanted. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so awesome. So because, obviously he loved it, we decided to join Plexus. Kelly, my upline, she's a Diamond ambassador. I told us well, Vaughn loved the sample. So it looks like, since he's a believer, I'm a believer. Well, because Vaughn had so much amazing results with Plexus, I honestly thought at the beginning that Plexus was that magic weight loss pill, I mean, not really considering the fact that guys lose more faster than women, but I thought this was it, you guys. I thought this was the magic pill that was going to finally make me into a size 2, like I had always dreamed about, even though I can probably physically not be that size. But I'm like, oh, this is it. We got it. So we joined. You guys, because we were living paycheck to paycheck and we could barely make ends meet, we actually waited till our tax return to come back towards the end of March, and that's when I joined. I purposely set aside 6 months worth of money in our savings account, and I said I was going to give Plexus 6 months, and whether or not the business was going to go good right away, at least I would know I had enough money saved in my savings account to pay for 6 months worth of product, because I knew I needed to go into the mindset that I got 6 months, I got to work hard on getting healthier. And you guys, I took off running. I believe my Diamond upline, we are under Celeste's second leg. So she had shared the success about Celeste to me and how successful they were with Plexus. And you guys, people were trying to recruit me to join their network marketing, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of always throwing parties. We're already restricted for time, and I just didn't want to deal with it. And when she was telling me how Plexus could truly change the financial status of my family and most importantly, help me probably feel better about what's going on without me, of all the issues that I was having, I just believed her. There was just something in my heart that I was just like, okay, I'm all in. Let's do this. I'm going to jump all in this business. I'm going to give it a 6 months try, and we're going to see what's going to happen. So after I joined, I asked her, what do I do? She's like, well, I don't know, make a post, because she was so new too as well. She didn't know what she was doing. I was like her first main ambassador that had ever joined, and I just started posting. I flat out came out after I joined, and I said, hey, you guys, as y'all know, I've been trying to get healthier and nothing's been working, so I'm giving Plexus a try. If any of you guys want to try a 7-day sample, here's my website and order. And I posted the most ridiculous graphic out there, the one that says, what does tequila and clothes have in common? They can both fall off or die, or what? I don't know. It was that silly graphic, and I posted that. So right away, I brought in excitement. And I told people, buy the 7-day sample. If it doesn't work, you get a 60-day money-back guarantee. You guys, it was 5 days before the month was about to close in March. And I had 10 people order 7-day trial samples. And I was like, oh, okay, because I invited them to come join this journey with me right away. So I pretty much hit the ground running. What Plexus ended up doing was, Kelly knew about my health issues, but I'm not a researcher. I get kind of bored easily, and now I've learned how to research more about the products. But at the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, and all I knew is I kept telling my friends, hey, I love these products. They feel better. I found this testimony that I think you're going to like that might relate to you about what's going on. Give Plexus a try. It's a 60-day money-back guarantee. If it doesn't work, I promise I will help you get your money back. And it doesn't hurt my commission. I just want you to know that this is really a risk-free thing. You guys, I didn't put much thought of it. That's all I kept doing. I kept getting customers. I kept getting people to join me. I was very persistent. So that kind of pretty much sums up my kind of story. I had no idea that Plexus, I was really disappointed I didn't lose all this weight right away. But like I said, I was kind of recovering through all these health issues. I was kind of noticing because my hormones were like this. It was crazy because I was on all these shots. And when I finally was getting on Plexus about 2 months into my journey, my mood started leveling out. You guys, I would cry over everything. I would get mad about everything. If my husband didn't take me out to eat at the restaurant that I wanted, you would think I was pregnant because I would throw the worst fits in the whole world. And obviously, when my mood started leveling out with Plexus, like, he was like, your moods have really changed. Not that I'm saying you've been moody, because he was so afraid of how I would have taken that. But he noticed I was changing. And I was also noting with my issues with my endometriosis, you guys, I was a full-time retail associate at a busy store. My store volume was bringing in $15 million a year, and I was a supervisor, so I was on my feet. I was noticing that I could last a little bit longer on my feet. I wasn't complaining all the time with my issues, and I was wanting to get exercise. So that's kind of it. So like about 14 months after I joined Plexus, I was able to leave my full-time retail job. It was amazing. I think I left when I was a senior Ruby. I was hoping that I was going to go Emerald the following month, but I didn't. But 3 months after I left my full-time job, I ranked up to Emerald. I actually ranked up to Emerald on July 31st, which was the cutoff date to go to Maui. It was the most stressful, intense time. It was crazy. I actually was going to give up the week before because I thought, I had messaged my upline and I told her, I was like, you know what? I don't think this is my month for Emerald. I know you really wanted me in Maui. And you know what? And I even was going to have one jewel underneath. I had one jewel underneath me, and I was kind of stuck a little bit on my points, because of my outside leg issues. And I was like, you know what? You and her can have such a great time in Maui together. Like, it's okay. Like, it's not my time. She deserved to be in Maui. And my upline was like, I'm not having you give up on me. I need you there with me. You deserve to be there. Your team's going to pull through. So at the last minute, obviously, that whole last week, my team pulled through, and it was just an incredible thing. But obviously, Plexus has allowed me. I'm a stay-at-home mom now. I have 2 very active boys. I'm always volunteering at their school. Plexus gave me the freedom of my time. I never got a college education. I just didn't have the time for it when I was younger because I was a mom, and then they wanted me to get student loans to pay for my college tuition. Me and my husband were already broke, living paycheck to paycheck. I did not want to have to worry about student loans, so I chose not to go to college. And plus the time issues with him being in the military. When you have a spouse in the military, that always comes first, so your life comes second. And we just didn't know how our life was going to be with him, with his schedule with the military. But I've been able to go back to school full time, you guys, and it's been an amazing opportunity. I go part time. I just take 2 classes like a semester just because I have a lot on my plate. But I get to pay for my tuition cash and my books for cash. You know how amazing feeling that is? I'm Hispanic. I don't know if you guys know this, but obviously the Hispanic culture is very close with each other. We take care of our family. My Plexus income allows me to take care of my brother, who when he lost his job for 6 months, it was nice to be like, hey, I got you for 6 months. It's totally okay without breaking the bank. I'm able to support my parents. My parents are very kind of poor, I say. And it's been so great to help take care of their bills for them. And my dad, all he's got to worry about is the excess spending account, that he has for the house. But I'm able to take over the utility bills, and it's not even a dent of, of what we make, which is incredible. I have a very sick mom right now. My mom has kidney failure right now. And, it kind of sucks going through this journey. And actually, when I first started Plexus, my mom, I get emotional about this. My mom was a kidney dialysis patient. And when I was working at my full-time job, it was so hard to go with her to these dialysis appointments. And I always had to ask off. And because it was so hard for me to ask off because I had to work. And I felt so bad that I couldn't always be there for my mom for that, her dialysis stuff. But now that, Plexus is giving me freedom of my time, I'm able to go with my mom with these appointments. I'm able to help set up everything. And it just feels so great because if it wasn't for Plexus, I wouldn't be able to devote and put my family needs first, take my mom to her appointments, and just help financially. It's just been a huge ordeal. So, like I said, I guess some of my tips I need to share is you guys, from the beginning, I shared excitement. And I was very honest with people. Hey, you're going to have to give these products 2 to 3 months a try. Don't think Plexus is a magic weight loss pill. I can't guarantee it's going to work for you, but you got that 60-day money-back guarantee. And I always made sure I followed up with my customers all the time. My ambassadors. At the beginning, before we had the 60-day money-back guarantee with ambassadors, I might be a little bit slower to recruit compared to some other jewels, because I know some other jewels, I always tell my team to go silver If you can't go silver, recruit 3 people a month, try to at least get one new ambassador. If you're not getting one new ambassador, at least try to be getting new customers. I've always did this, and I kind of still do this. I make everyone be a customer first if they're not really interested in the business. I always lead with the business opportunity first. Then I tell them about being a customer, and then I ask for referrals. But you can kind of tell right away if people are kind of like really skeptic about Plexus. They don't want nothing to do with the business. So I don't push them to be a wholesale buyer. I automatically just make them be a preferred customer. And even if they're on a budget, I make them try BioCleanse and ProBio, because usually when I get people to try BioCleanse and ProBio, it's life-changing. And so what I do is I personally get everyone to try to be a customer first, unless I know that they want the business and they're ready to take off. I'll make them be a wholesale buyer. And then the next month, before I follow up with them when their order comes out, I flip them over to an ambassador. What I have noticed, because that I do that, I kind of have less retention. I don't have to worry about so many of my level ones falling down, which has been great, because I know that's kind of hard. I know we all don't like that white lines. I don't take it very well, but it really shows to me who are my runners in the business and who are just my wholesale buyers. Don't get me wrong, I do have wholesale buyers that absolutely love the products, but they want nothing to do with the business, and that's totally fine, because they've been taking my products for a year, but they love Plexus. So obviously them being a wholesale buyer was the best option. So sharing excitement, and I'm very persistent. One of my level 1 jewel, Holly Torish, she says this in her testimony, and she's always said, she joined Plexus because I would not leave her alone. I was her favorite bugaboo, and she joined purposely in hopes that she would try it for 30 days and it would fail so that I could shut up and leave her alone. I am very persistent, you guys. I have a notebook that I have kept. I wish I had it out, and I'm going to show my team. I have the same notebook that when I joined Plexus, I write down names. This is something that Kelly and Celeste are big on. Anytime someone comments or likes your Plexus post, write their names down in your book and follow up with them and send them a message. And I did that, and I still do that. And I always say, thank you so much for supporting my Plexus business. It really means a lot, because this is how I support my family. I'm so passionate about Plexus. Hey, girl, if you know anyone that needs more energy, that's having some health issues, that wants to make some extra income, or just looking to get healthier, can you give them my information? I would really appreciate that, because I work on referrals. I've always said that, you guys, and it's kind of an direct way for them to be like, oh, wait, I need more energy. You know what? Yeah, I kind of would like to make some extra income. Girl, tell me more about Plexus. You know, I get sometimes responses like that, and sometimes I don't. So anyway, so I would write down everyone on my notebook. And my notebook, like I said, I still have from over 2.5 years ago, and I follow up all the time. People that have said that they were going to join my business 2.5 years ago, I probably don't follow up as much on them compared to like I used to, but I still follow up, especially when there's like an ambassador special. Be like, hey girl, I know at one point you were interested about joining Plexus. I'm just waiting to know if is this your moment? Are you ready to join me yet? If not, can I keep following up with you like later on in a few months to see if it's ready? And they'll tell me yes. I've never had anyone that's told me, don't you ever follow up with me. For people that said they were going to join and they didn't join the next day, I keep following up with them. So like the next day, hey girl, you're supposed to join. What happened? Was there an issue with the website or something? Then they'll tell me, oh, life was busy. I was like, okay, put an alarm on. I'm going to call you after work, and we're going to get you signed up. If they don't join then, a week later, I'm like, hey, what happened? Like, what's going on? Why haven't you joined? You know, usually they'll come out and kind of say, well, I had financial issues. Okay, that's totally fine. I totally understand. Did you know if you gave up this, you could probably have enough money to pay for your products? When's your next payday? And we'll get you joined up on your next payday. I follow up again. I follow up so many times. Every single level 1 that I have has never joined me, because after the first contact, you guys, all my level 1s can tell you they didn't join me till like the 3rd follow-up with me, or the 20th follow-up, or a year later from when they said they were going to join me. So like I said, I've never had one person be like, okay, actually I did. Let me take that back, my best friend, but she was just doing her best friend deed. Like, you feel like you always have to support your best friend. So she's the only one. But besides her, I've never had anyone that said, I'm in, let's go, let's do this now, after I talked to them for the first time. So I'm very persistent. No now does not always mean no forever. There's just situations in their life that needs to be changed for them before they joined you. And I have learned this. It's better not to force anyone to join your team or try your products if they're not all into Plexus, because the chances of them being consistent with our products or the business, they're going to give up. And it's just going to fail, and you're just going to be so upset because you feel like you worked so hard to get them to join you or buy your products, and then they just gave it up because, honestly, even though they say after 2 weeks, oh, it's just not for me, it was because they were inconsistent and they just didn't want to say. So it's better to blame the products. So I've also learned that, that's why I believe in following up even after 2 years. So it's been 2.5 years now. I'm in Emerald. I'm close to Sapphire. And you know what? It took me 16 months to go Emerald. I've been Emerald for over a year. And you know what? First, I was kind of like, man, I kind of feel like I'm a loser because I feel like I'm stuck at Emerald. And I will tell you guys this. I was kind of stuck at Emerald because I was stuck on business management mode. It's so easy when your team starts getting bigger, your team's going crazy. You fall into business management mode. And I'm going to tell you guys this. I was stuck in business management mode for about 5 months, and that really killed my business. I might not have seen the results then, but I saw the results of 5 months, 5 months later, and it's not cool. And it really sucked because I was so focused on my team, wanting it more for people that that did not want Plexus as much as I wanted it for them. And I just poured some of my time, which is great. You got to find your balance of helping your team. But the number one thing that I really got recently from Leslie Zan is this. You have to do things, IPAs daily, because you have to pay yourself first before you can help anyone else on your team. So when you guys wake up, whatever ranks you guys are, if you're checking on your team first before working your business, you kind of need to switch that around. Because like I said, you just don't know when someone, a ruby or a gold, can one day decide, hey, I don't want this business no more. And you're going to be upset when you start falling backwards. And you'll never have to worry about falling backwards if you're constantly reaching out to people, finding new people in your network. Just always make sure you're just trying to add new people and talk to new people every single day. So because I'm a blue personality, another thing that's helped me is I'm always going somewhere. When I get invited to go to a kid's birthday party, I'm always like, oh, I'm going, as long as, I can fit into my schedule. Or if they need a volunteer at the school, I'm always the first to volunteer because I just love doing that kind of stuff. But another thing that has helped me is when my friends invite me to their parties. When you guys take group pictures at parties and stuff, I always make sure I'm always in those group pictures. So when my friends post it, and I always make sure I always introduce myself to everybody. Cassie can tell you I am not shy at all. I will go around and talk to a wall. It doesn't matter. I'm talking to you just because I love getting to know people. And, because people will ask me, what do you do, girl? I see you driving a Lexus. And my husband was like, oh, yeah, she does Plexus, dude. She's like a badass, and she's really high up in the rank of the company, and she makes a lot of money. Like, he always jokingly tells people, yeah, she's my sugar mama, and it gets people curious because husbands are like, what? Like, he's like, oh yeah, my wife makes a ton more money, it's totally fine. Like, I don't care, bills are paid, I get what I want, and we're both happy, we're saving for our kids, and that gets people's attention. So when I go to these parties and people post those pictures, I always friend request every single person that I meet at party because I'm adding into my network. That is something if you guys are not doing. When you guys go out more and meet more people, you got to add them to your Facebook. And I might not talk Plexus to them, but I let them see my journey. And I always try to find a balance between Plexus posts and my personal posts. I'm kind of really crazy. I feel like on Facebook, like I'm kind of a goofball, and people like my cooking mistakes, or when I'm having an Yvonne moment and I get lost because I typed in the wrong city in my GPS and I ended up in a different state instead of the other state. It's just, I'm always sharing this kind of funny stuff, and people are drawn into me that way. And I obviously talk about Plexus, and I just let people follow my journey. And I always see what my Facebook people are always complaining about, and there's always a way, obviously, that Plexus can happen, whether it be the product or financial. And I'm always making sure what my audience is complaining about, and that's what I will post about on Plexus as well. So that's just kind of being intentional with Facebook, always meeting new people, always working your business before you help your team. and just being so passionate. You guys, I'm passionate about Plexus. I really feel like we are part of the most amazing company. I really feel like these products are life-changing because, I mean, I've been at it for 2.5 years, and I can't wait to talk to someone about Plexus when they give me the opportunity. I never try to peak Plexus on anyone, but I'm so passionate. And also, most importantly, I believe in myself because I have a team that believes in me. I have an upline that believes in me, and you got to have belief. You guys, I'm not a science person when it comes to our products. I still to this day, I know the very basics of the products, and I found out that people that you all have a different skill that makes you successful in this business. Just use that to your advantage. And I tell people, girl, I know these products can help you if you're consistent. And this is what I've read about it. I'm no doctor, but you should really try it. And it has worked for me for 2.5 years. I still dealt to this day for 2.5 years. My PV has never dropped below $1,000. And I've been in it for 2.5 years. I'm always trying to recruit at least one new ambassador to like 3 new customers a month if I can. And some months I don't, and some months I do. And it's okay. Like, I set up goals that way. But that's kind of it. Like, and I just, I believe in tag teaming too with my upline. If there's someone that we mutually know, like whether it be my level ones or my uplines, I believe in 3-way messaging, whether it be by phone call or Facebook message, because third validation is amazing. Something I do with my level ones that has helped. The minute that they join, I get their Franks list and I find out who our mutual friends are. But like, hey girl, I've been messaging this girl for 6 months to join our teams. I know you're more best friends with her. Let's tag team it together and let's get her to join your team. Because some people are either going to join you because you were the first person that reached out to you, or they're going to join you because of what a better relationship you have. So if someone that I want on my team has a better relationship with one of my level ones, you better betcha I'm going to help my level one get that person, because I mean, they're still part of my team. They have a better relationship. They talk more, and I'm going to do everything I can to help my level one and also to get this person on my team, because the ultimate goal was just helping that person either try our products or work the business. So those are kind of my main tips. Mine are very basic: 3-way messaging, being passionate, believing in yourself, not giving up. Don't get me wrong, there's been times where I'm kind of like, do I deserve to be an emerald? Do I deserve to be here? How in the world did I get blessed with this amazing income? Like, it's just, you get moments like that, and just being passionate and be persistent. Never give up. Don't let a no stop you. Keep going for those no's. I know it can kind of ruin your self-esteem for a little bit, but just vent to your upline. Or for some reason, if you don't have an upline, you're direct to level one that's not active, follow the chain of command, go to the next upline, because there's someone that you have on your team that is rooting for you, and find that person to vent. I believe in venting up. So I always vent up to my uplines, because I never want to vent to my team, because you need to be their cheerleader. And, if they vent to you, that's fine, but never vent to your team. So that's kind of about it, Cassie. I don't know what else, if you want to ask me questions.
I think that's great. I think, well, let me ask you if anybody has any questions for Yvonne. Anybody want to unmute and ask a question? Any question at all? That's great. Those are good tips. Okay, I do have a question. Have you, in your business journey, what has been your biggest obstacle, and how did you get past that obstacle?
So right now, my biggest obstacle is this. I'm what you call an unbalanced jewel. I had a level 2 that came out of nowhere. I mean, I knew she was was going to go really high. Like, I knew she was going to be someone that was going to go fast. And I knew it. I called her from the first minute I met her. I was like, this girl is going to go diamond probably in a year, and she's going to outrank all of us, because she had such a huge network, and she's very persistent like me, and I just knew that she'd worked so hard. So right now, I do have outside leg issues, because all my level ones are either silver and above outside of her. And my biggest struggle, I mean, I'm still struggling with this for like after a year, is trying to make my other level ones catch the vision like this other person. It's just, it's been hard to know that you only had one person on your team that completely skyrocketed. She got it. I don't have to babysit her.
Mm-hmm.
She does her thing. She's incredible. And she has a team that's just like her, and they're all passionate. For her to go so fast, and then trying to separate that with my other teammates that are not saying as dedicated, but didn't have as much drive as her, has been hard because I was comparing, and I even started to question myself, like, oh my God, she did it way faster than me, which is fine. I'm very proud of her. She deserved it. She worked hard. And I'm doing everything that she's doing because I'm giving her advice on what to do. And and it's working for her, but it wasn't working for me. And I even got caught up in that comparison. Like, what do you do? So the things that I have done to outgrow it is, like I said, I got stuck on that business management mode, helping her succeed so much. It kind of affected my business a little bit because I wanted it badly for her because I knew it was possible. So having to realize that not everyone is going to want it as bad as that person or me, and just trying to find the balance of who is a wholesale buyer and who are your runners. I think when you can find that at the beginning of your business, you'll know who to kind of push more and not push as much. Mm-hmm. And obviously, now the things that I have done to help me get better is, just like I said, now that I've learned, is you have to work your business first before you help anyone on your team. So before I post on my team page or anything, I have my list of follow-ups. I follow up with my potentials, and I reach out to 2 people on Facebook. It's early in the morning, like at 8 o'clock, but that's when I do my reach outs. Mm-hmm. I've done what I can to work my business first, and then the rest of the day, I'm available for personal growth, to read my book, or to help my team if they have questions. So yeah, that's definitely something that I'm working on, is just continue to just build my business. And pretty much I feel like I'm kind of starting over, like mm-hmm. having to rebuild a team so that I can go to the next level.
Right. That's a good tip. And that outside leg issue, I know a lot of people that are struggling with that right now. So that's a good tip for us.
When saying that, like, I didn't realize, like, it was like I was embarrassed being an outside leg, like an unbalanced jaw, as they call us. Like, it's kind of like you felt embarrassed to, like, but you don't realize how common it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Off the top of my head, I can think of like 3 or 4 that are in that same exact spot. So
yeah, I'm in a thread with, there's like 50 of us.
Oh.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's nuts. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So build wide is my advice. Definitely build wide.
Okay. That's a good thing to write down. What is your favorite, what are your favorite personal growth resources? Like maybe your favorite videos to watch, or your favorite Facebook page to follow, or your favorite books to read?
I love Millionaire by Halftime. I actually got to meet Presley Swaggerty. I love him. Any level one that tells me that they're kind of curious about this business, or if they say, hey, Yvonne, I'm ready to take off, that is the first book that I will recommend. Presley Swaggerty, Millionaire by Halftime. You can't buy his book off Amazon. You actually have to go to his website and order it. And I love that book because this is why. That book starts at the beginning of your journey. It talks about the importance of why you need goals. And also at the beginning, he kind of tells you in this book, he makes you identify the 3 people in your life that need you to succeed in this business. So I really loved how that was the first like how he started his book. And he has homework assignments in the end of each chapter of things that what he's talked about, to write out your goals, to your long-term, your short-term, how to be a product of the product, how you should be asking for referrals, kind of explains how network marketing is not like any other business. So that is kind of like my go-to book. And my channels that I love to watch, the Jewels, there are so many Jewels that are better teachers. Mm-hmm. And I really love Tamara Holloway, Melissa Eichenhorst, Tara Castaneda. I mean, they have so many videos out there. Amy Darling has some amazing videos out there that I like to watch. And I just watch them. Like, why reinvent the wheel on training videos when we are so blessed that we are one Plexus and I can use other Jewels videos to help train my team. So that's what can I do. I kind of just, and also just kind of like, I don't try to reinvent the wheel, as they say. I just go by just sticking to the basics and reading that. every month my upline is a reader. Like, she loves leadership books, and she reads like 10 a month if she can. And she's just a reader. That's just her past, So I'm always asking her, what book should I read when I'm ready to read a new book? I'm always asking her, Eric Worre has some amazing books too. Yeah. Another book that I also recommend after Millionaire by Halftime is Eric Worre, How to Train a Network Leader. There's 2 volumes, easy read books. If you guys are like to the point where you're building your team, I definitely would recommend that book. It really makes you opened up on how you should lead your team, tips, and how you should separate your wholesale buyers and runners as well.
Excellent. Those are good suggestions.
So she's kind of like my other mentor coach. She's been helping me a lot as well.
Good. Yes, that's awesome. All right, folks. Does anybody else have any questions for Yvonne?
I do.
Okay.
Hi.
I have 2. So one, kind of building your business. I do a lot of it personally. So messaging, phone calls, video message or voice message. But was there ever a point where you were like, okay, I've got to speak to a lot of people here? Did you ever go to do parties? Like, how did you go about that, and when, like, in your journey?
So as soon as I quit my Victoria's Secret, I just said the job that I okay. Right. Victoria's Secret. And as I quit there, I looked up some vendor booths to do, and I personally did not have much success at the 2 that I did. Some of my team did as well, but I would do any vendor booths that I like I said, I did like 2 or 3, and it was okay. Like, I just made sure everyone had the drink. And also, when I go to events, every person that stops by my booth, I always have a giveaway basket, like, enter your name here to win a $50 credit or a free product. So everyone that stopped at my booth, I made them fill out a ticket, and in that ticket it has like their name, their phone number, and email. So obviously, if they're the winner, you can contact them. So after I did my vendor booths, I shouldn't say it was not really that successful, because I kind of was a little bit because of this. I sent out a message to every single person that stopped by my booth saying, hey, I'm Yvonne Cannon. I was the Plexus ambassador at that such and such event. Thank you so much for, stopping by my booth. If you ever, even though you weren't a winner, if you ever have any questions, here's some information about Plexus and get back to me. And some people wrote me back, some people didn't. And the people that wrote me back, I try to hurry up and friend them on Facebook. And there's still them that are still following me on my journey. So that's what kind of helped me. Anytime that I meet someone new, like at a restaurant, like a server that you just love, I'm like, oh my God, you're such an amazing server. I used to work in the restaurant business. I know what it's like. I know how the hours is and great money. I'm part of an amazing company, and I would love to share you more information. What's your Facebook what's your Facebook name? And I'll friend request them then right there. Mm-hmm. And then I let them see my journey as well. And then I follow up and message them.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, as doing your team page, which I'm sure you have a great team page, how do you keep people monthly? Like, how do you keep everyone engaged? Do you do contests? Do you do, how do you keep everyone engaged in your group and keep them active?
So I have actually, I don't have my own team page anymore. I used to, but I stopped, and I run 2 team pages. One with my diamond upline, because part of the Plexus opportunity, she's fostering 4 kids that she's trying to adopt. Life got busy with her, and I need her as much as she needs me. So I kind of run a team page with her together, because I always feel like my team will get sick of me. I hate being the only one, the voice on my team page. In my personal opinion, I had found when I work with someone else on the team page, we do better. Then I have another team page that's my outside leg page that I team up with my level 1, because she has outside leg issues. We're both having that issue. We run this page together. So we do monthly contests. Once a week, we post like motivational stuff and tips, product stuff. You kind of need to feel how your team is. If you have mostly wholesale buyers that are just in this business for products, then you probably need to work on your team page as helping educate them about the products. And challenging your contests need to be what your team is feeling. So at the beginning, when I only had wholesale buyers, my contests were easy. Whoever posts their first pink plexus selfie this week, I'll pick the best one, and you'll win like a $10 credit of something. Like I did small contests like that. And I also have an engagement post like twice a week, and it's like simple. Like one is like, hey, where's everyone from? I know we have teams from all over. Let's partner up. Maybe you're a lonely ambassador and you wish you had someone to talk to. Let's tell each other where we're all from, like that type of post. Or like, for example, Thanksgiving is this week. So me and my level 1 on our post, we're posting a question like, hey, what's your holiday tradition for Thanksgiving? What do you guys eat? You know, like stuff like that, because it gets people engaging, and and also you get to learn more about people. And we recently have done is like, what is a freaky weird talent that you have that no one else knew? And it's funny because a simple post like that gets everyone talking, even wholesale buyers that you're like, are they listening? They'll comment about their talent. Like that was a post that they finally felt like talking on your team page. You're kind of like, okay, at least.
That's a good idea.
So do random stuff like that. Like I do try to stick it to all business, or product knowledge, but like once a week we try to, and they love it. Like they look forward to that post. I'm like, hey, everybody gets you all happy. So that's what I do.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Oh, another thing, I also ask my leaders, if leaders that have team pages or not. I always feel like this, and I always say this: every leader has a unique skill in them, and they're talented and they're great at something. I have some leaders that have marketing degrees or whatever degrees, and the way they post on their team pages is completely different than the way I post. So if they made an amazing post on their team page, I'll invite them, like, oh my God, girl, that post was so amazing on your team page. Will you post it on my team page? I really think it'd be great for everyone else to see. And by doing that, they're kind of like, oh, am I allowed to post on your page? Like, that is so awesome. Thank you. And the other leaders are kind of like, oh, she got to post on your team page. I got to think of something good for Yvonne to want me to post. Like, it's just, I don't know. I got some competitive girls, and that's what helps too. All me posting. I try to get everyone else involved.
That's good.
Yeah.
That is good. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Does anybody else have any questions?
I have a couple questions.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Well, I have two questions. The first being, earlier you were talking about how, you did your first daily activity first thing in the morning. So because I'm really busy, I feel like most days. And so I guess sending out messages at 6:30 a.m. is like, that's appropriate, because I'm just worried sending messages out that early. I mean, people won't look at them.
Yeah.
I have a lot of issues.
You can ask for their email. I know probably them, like if their phone's going off, but if most people, I'm hoping most people turn off have it on silent and stuff. And I just, and I would say that too. At the beginning, when I was so busy working my job, I kind of made it known. This is something that Rosalind Payton was so good about. And the tip that she gave me, when I would reach out to people like, oh my God, and on the last sentence, I'll be like, oh my God, I just realized it's 7:00 in the morning my time. And it's probably, I'm going to let you know, this is the time that I work my business. I'm so sorry. I was just so excited. I had 5 minutes and I just thought of you. So I kind of, in a way, include that if I know that they're early birds people. Or because I started my business in San Diego, they're in a 2-hour behind. Mm-hmm. So when I message them, I'll be like, oh my God, Yvonne Brain, I forgot you're in California, and it's probably 5 a.m. when you got my message. So sorry, that was just my opportunity of my office hours, and most people are like okay with it. Mm-hmm. So they might not respond to you right away, then they'll respond to you later.
Okay, yeah, and I've noticed definitely when I send messages, I find like between 6 and 8. I feel like that's when I get the most response when people actually read them, but it's like also trying to, get the family fed and get the kid down and doing all that. But also people are scrolling through Facebook and checking their messages. So it's just trying to, I don't know. I probably just need to write everything out in a Word document and then copy and paste it later on.
That's what I do. Okay, this is what Rosalind Payne told me when I was busy working. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. I was like, Rosalind, I need help. Like, give me some tools. How did you do it working 3 jobs in your Plexus business? And she said her office hours were late at night, from 10 p.m. at night to midnight. or 1 o'clock in the morning. And she made sure her team knew that. And she was like, you need to set the rules with your team. Tell them, hey, you guys, I work 50 to 60 hours a week. This is our diamond upline. If you really need a question that you cannot find on the team page or in your back office, message her and she'll be able to help you. If not, if you message me, just know that my hours are wonky with retail and I will get back to you on my break as soon as I can. So I kind of let them know that and they kind of respected that. So, and I would make a to-do list every single night. Okay, I got to follow up with these 3 people and I got to message out 2 people. And I would have this, like, I would have sticky notes on my dresser. And the next day I would get that sticky note and that's what I would follow. You know, that's how I would do my day. Like, oh, these are my things to do for my business today. So trying to find a little bit of strong, and I would copy and paste on my notes section.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful. And
I have the response of what is Plexus, how to order, how to send people to my website. Like I already have that pre-typed out on my notes on my phone. So when someone asks me, I just copy and paste.
Yeah. And I really need to set aside time just to get organized. So hopefully I can do that soon. Thank you. And I also have another quick question. You talk about going out with your girlfriends and, you know, meeting new people. And actually this weekend I had 4 events. So I was like, this is perfect. I'm going to like meet a lot of new people. And I got attacked last night at dinner. Not attacked, but long story short, there was like 15 girls at the table and one girl was, you know, interested. You know, she's like, oh, I heard you do Plexus. I was like, yeah, I love it. And then she looked at another girlfriend of mine who had tried Plexus. And she's like, you tried it, right? She's like, oh yeah, it wasn't for me. I did it for 3 months diligently and it did nothing for me. I was not impressed. And another girl's like, oh yeah, everyone at my work's done it and they hate it. And they said it was a waste of money. And then everyone started chiming in about how terrible it was. And it was like a scam. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, you know, I've been using it, you know, for 2 years and it's, you know, done wonders for me. I don't have any like GI issues anymore, you know, and yada, yada. And they're like, oh, well, you're just naturally skinny. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with that, you know? So I was just like, well, you know, whatever. I know people that it worked for them and it's worked for me and it's worked for some customers of mine and close family and whatever. But it was just like, so it was just a total buzzkill. And like, you know, the other new girls, you know, are listening in and I just feel like, I don't know. I'm like, well, that ship probably sailed.
Yeah, I'm very outspoken. Be like, hey, girl, hey, like, listen, Plexus is different. You know, some people, it might work for people and some people don't. That is why Plexus is backed up by a 60-day money-back guarantee. I can't guarantee it's going to work for you, but I know it's helped me. 60 days, you got nothing to lose. Yeah. And then I'll like maybe you can message that person individually today, be like, hey, I know there were so many opinions about Plexus last night. I just want you to know that I believe in the products. It truly has helped me. You know, it's helped so many people that I've referred to. And just let you know, just tell her that, like, I believe in it. And, you know, if you want some more information, feel free to come to me. Like, everybody is different. You might react differently to Plexus compared to the other girls at the table. I just wanted you to keep that in mind. Just tell her that, you know. Because if you like start like going ooh like that right away, they're kind of gonna be like, oh, she was passionate, now she's not. Because I've had that happen to me, and I've had those people that were talking negative apologize to me, like, oh my god, we didn't realize, you know, we're so sorry. Or that person that was there that was really curious, like, you know, like you said, the buzzkill, like it ruined her. I messaged her and she's like, I'm so glad you messaged. I know you're very passionate about it, and I really appreciate that you said that it might not work for everybody, but I'm going to give it a try. Like, you know, they still give it a try.
Yeah, that's what I hope. Definitely. Yeah. I need to learn to be more outspoken too, but I was just like, okay, you know, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah.
And I just
people like to be negative.
Business. This is how I run my business. And I'm sorry that it didn't work for you, but I would really appreciate it that if you could be a wonderful friend and support me. And I wish it would have worked for you, you know, and you know, like that. And I'm like, sorry, a magic pill that's what we're looking for and didn't work for you.
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to.
I can say that to some of my friends. Some I can't say that. So
yeah.
Exactly. I just brushed it off.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things where you're like, oh man, I should have said this, or oh, I should have said that. Yeah. I do that all the time.
I do.
Another thing that Slade, he just poked into my ear, and one thing he does, because he does a lot of his messaging early, he'll make the message to a certain person. He'll do that in his notes section too. And then like at noon when he's on lunch or whatever, he has 30 seconds to copy and paste that into Messenger, he'll do that.
Yes.
That it's not at weird times, but he's not sitting there at noon trying to type out this whole message to this specific person. So that's another option that might be helpful.
The next session on my phone is my BFF. I am so thankful for iCloud backup because if I lose my notes, I'm probably gonna go crazy. Like I don't even know how to work my business without my notes section. Oh.
Can we transfer that to my new phone? Is that something that can happen?
Yeah, back up your phone. Then I'm not buying the new phone. I'll just
right. No kidding. All right, guys, we probably have time for about one more question. If anybody, well, speaking of new phone, dead. I need a new phone really bad. So does anybody have, I have room for one more question. Does anybody have one for Yvonne? Going twice. All right. That's all we got, folks. Yvonne, thank you so much for hopping on here with us with your sick family at home. I really appreciate that. I wrote lots of notes down. I'm going to go back and rewatch this recording and get some more good tidbits out of it. But we really appreciate you doing this for us.
Yeah, I hope I was able to help you guys, get you guys some tips and stuff. And it was an honor being part of it. I know it's a big deal when someone else invites you to their team page, or team call. So it's awesome.
Absolutely. We really enjoyed having you. So I look forward to, probably not this week since it's Thanksgiving, but next week we'll go to lunch.
Yeah, we'll go to
Excellent. All right, you guys. Thanks for hopping on tonight, and we'll see you later.
Thanks.
Bye.